That is more like it. The Red Sox rebound after a tough loss. On Monday, they beat the Rays 7-4 on Tuesday night. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of Red Sox Now. I'm your host, Mike Antonellis. We ask you, as always, if you could subscribe, like, and comment on not only this episode, you can go back and watch all the episodes, and I will answer, I promise, all of your comments. But if you could do that, it would mean a lot. You could follow me on all of my social media channels. You'll see all the crazy stuff I do. I'm a big gamer. I play MLB The Show. I'm on Twitch doing that, but also one of the radio and TV broadcasters for the Worcester Red Sox. You can catch me on TV next Tuesday when the Woo Sox return home. But Radio Mike on all social media channels, even the TikTok, even at my age, at over 50, I love the TikTok. All right, good stuff last night. And I talked about this on the Monday edition. It is okay to be frustrated. I still think it's very early in the year, and I say that over and over and over. I know this from watching baseball for nearly 30 years. As a broadcaster, emotionally, you can't get up and down with the team because it's just too many games. But one of the best things about baseball, and players will talk about this, and I've been around it to see it and feel it, when you turn the page the next day, I mean, it is over. Nothing carries over. The game Monday, those guys aren't even thinking about it on Tuesday. And the game Tuesday, they're not thinking about it on Wednesday. That's the beauty of baseball. It can certainly eat you up. But the beauty is that you have so many days and opportunities to change things. You know, I've been with teams that have been on a road trip and lost the first 5 and then won the last 2. And the feeling going back on the bus after that was so much excitement and feeling so good, even though you lost the road trip and it's how you finished. And things can change very quickly, I think. But for some of the trends, you know, the striking out a lot, and it still happened last night, situational hitting, 2-strike hitting, the defense, those things, yeah. You know, over a 19-game span, you don't want to play bad defense. You don't want to lead the league in errors at any point of a 15 to 20-game period or struggle pitching or strike out as much as they did. You know, 18 to 20 games for that's not a small sample size. But I still think that early in the year, you know, guys are not where they're going to be. We still have to give that time. Listen, if I came on here, if the Red Sox were 16-2, and I told you that the American League East was over and the American League was over, you'd think I'm crazy. So going the other way when they struggle and saying everything is over is crazy as well. Well, this guy going crazy last night, it was interesting to find out that Alex Bregman had his first 5-hit game. I would have thought all those years in Houston that he had, I'd like to see how many chances he had at that, how many 5 at-bats he had. Houston won a lot of games, so at home you might not have, you know, to get 5 hits, usually it's a road thing because you get that extra at-bat in the ninth. But still, you would have thought of all those years, shows you how consistent he's been, though. Probably a ton of 4-hit games. But 2 homers, 5 hits, 4 RBIs. And I saw this yesterday from some people comparing his errors to last year. Devers had made the same through the amount of games played. You're not watching the games then. I don't care if Alex Bregman has 4 or 5 more errors than Rafael Devers did last year. The plays he makes that I've watched, I've seen almost every game in its entirety. He's made plays that Rafael Devers just cannot, and Rafael Devers would be the first to probably tell you that. So I'm okay with some of the errors. Some have been throwing. Some have not hurt you and cost unearned runs. But he makes plays, and he did last night. He made a couple plays that simply Devers can't make. We have to stop with the numbers, folks. You're going crazy. I understand the generation we live in, but it gets to the point of exhaustion. I don't care if Alex Bregman had the same amount of errors that Rafael Devers did last year through 18 games. Going on social media and saying that means nothing. You have to watch the games. Bregman has more chances probably. He makes better plays. That's all I care about. And Trevor Story had an unbelievable defensive game again last night. I mean, he is something else. 2 more hits, but some of the plays he makes, the shortstops you've had in the past could not make those plays, including a fan favorite, Kike Hernandez, who was an absolute mess there. Rafaela was pretty good. This guy's elite, absolute elite. And I still think the hitting you get for him is a bonus, but I think this is where it turns him into an elite player. If he can hit 5th, if he hits this year, he is going to be the unsung hero of this club. He really is, because the defense isn't going away. And if he hits I know he's over 300. I'd take 265, 270, 20 home runs. That to me is going to be one of the best shortstops in the game if that happens. One note about Alex Bregman, by the way, he is going back home. He will not play Wednesday. So paternity leave. So congrats to Bregman and his wife on a new baby. Nick Sogard gets the call from the Worcester Red Sox, and it'll be interesting to see who plays third. It probably would be Nick, who has played a lot of third base with the Woo Sox. I really like this outing, and I talked about this a lot on the exhibition season shows, and bringing in winners and veteran guys. They can kind of figure it out. Buehler, Chapman, and Bregman was the perfect fill-in of the foundation. You had the foundation laid down, and I thought this is like figuratively the cement of these three guys. So you say to me, well, how do you arrive at something like that? He went 5 innings last night. He gave up 3 hits. He only struck out 3, gave up a home run, walked 3, threw a lot of pitches in 5 innings. That's a good offense he faced. He attacked them. He wasn't afraid to use his fastball last night, which is something Lenny DiNardo talked about in the pregame about Tanner Houck, and I said that yesterday. Tanner Houck threw about 7 four-seam fastballs. I know that's part of this organization. That needs to stop. Houck was throwing 98 the other night. You need to back guys off the plate with your fastball. The fastball still works. I know in the Netflix documentary, they're looking at it as it's the most hit pitch. Well, that's if you put every single fastball in the game. But if you just measured a few guys on your team, Chapman, Houck, Crochet, I could say, well, those aren't hit. I mean, to take an average of every fastball in baseball is ludicrous because you're going to have guys throwing 86. Still, old-fashioned pitching works, and Buehler did that. If you watched it, the way he went in and out and down and up, changing the eye level, that was a masterpiece. He'd be the first to tell you he didn't have his best stuff, but he got you through 5, which was extremely important. You know, considering that you had that blow-up game and you had to stretch Zach Kelly out. If Buehler goes 4, I wonder if Wilson comes in still in the 5th. Who knows how that game would have gone out. 1 inning, yes, changes everything. And they did have to use Chapman, who had the strikeout to win the game. But I just love what Buehler did, and it's just that veteran type of presence is really outstanding. Speaking of, Lucas Giolito was on the mound last night. Don't look at statistics with rehab guys. I look at this, how the stuff was. The stuff was good. They didn't expect him to throw a lot. He went 2 innings. He struggled a bit with command. Rehab guys are not gonna, the pressure pitches are definitely different. They're gonna do different things. It's just not the same. But he got the 2 innings. He got the work in. 5 hits, 3 runs. He's probably going to need 1, maybe 2 more starts. But tonight, keep your eyes on this. The Sea Dogs are in Hartford. That's a AA level of the Red Sox affiliate. And they're going to have Brian Bayo back. And the rumor is that Brian Bayo will only need 1 more outing before he's back. TBA was listed for the Red Sox. They will have Sean Newcomb on the bump. By the way, Quinn Priester threw another 5 scoreless for the Brewers. Amazing. He's been really good since that trade from the Red Sox. Okay, so the Red Sox on Wednesday go for the series win against Tampa Bay, and we'll talk all about it on the Thursday edition of Red Sox Now. I thank you for watching. Do hope you subscribe, like, and comment on the channel. We thank FanArch as well for giving me the platform and, of course, watching this on YouTube. I'm Mike Antonellis. Have a great Wednesday, and go Sox.